Hey guys, it's been a while. My name is Kevin Murphy, and this is my channel called Narcissistic Abuse Learning Who I Am Again. So, the last video I made was back in April, and I've taken a very long hiatus. And there was a time where I thought about canceling my channel again, and I'm glad that I chose not to. And I decided that, you know what, my viewers need me to deliver some more narcissistic personality disorder videos. And you know what, that's the main thing that the narcissist wants us to do, is to keep quiet and to not share our experiences or to actually share any of these videos, or most importantly, expose them for the pieces of crap that they really are. So today I want to talk about how the narcissist wants to be worshipped. So the narcissist doesn't get into relationships with their targets because they love their targets, or they want they really see any redeeming qualities in you as a person. They get with you because they want to be put up on a pedestal. They want to be worshiped. They want to be God. And basically, what they do is they groom their targets to basically just, for lack of a better word, kiss their ass. Tell them how wonderful they are. Tell them how great they are. And why the narcissist does this is because the narcissist is in constant need of validation. The narcissist is a very empty person. They don't like themselves. They don't love themselves, and they look to other people to prop up their self-esteem, to make them feel good about themselves, and to just help them help them feel good. And dealing with a narcissistic person is very exhausting. When you are dealing with them, you literally feel mentally, physically, and psychologically drained, because all of your positive energy is devoted to them. When you're in a relationship with them, whether the narcissist is your parent, or the narcissist is your significant other, or friend of yours. They want all of your attention. So this is why they isolate you from other friends or other people or other voices of reason in your life, because when you are around other people, you're taking all of that time and all of that energy away from the narcissist. So that narcissist is not going to be happy if you, even if you spend 90% of your time hanging around that narcissist, or spend 90% of your energy, positive energy, on that narcissist. It's still not going to be enough, because that narcissist needs that constant validation. They need that constant reassurance, and they need you to constantly let them know that they're good enough, because they're not capable of introspection. They're not capable of giving themselves that kind of validation. And this is why targets of abuse, especially those who have been raised by narcissistic parents, we don't know how to validate ourselves. And we start ending up looking to other people to validate us, because we come into other relationships outside of the narcissistic relationship really not knowing who we are, because the narcissist doesn't know who they are. And we have learned how to seek validation and seek acceptance from other people outside of ourselves. So one of the things that's very important in narcissistic abuse recovery is to really learn how to validate yourself, learn how to love yourself, learn what that means to give yourself a compliment, that my friends are not responsible for making me feel good about myself. My significant other is not responsible for making me feel good about myself. Nobody is responsible for making you feel good about yourself but you. And a lot of us will say, hey, I don't know how to give myself validation. Well, it's little steps. It's, recognizing when you have done a good deed, recognizing when you are dressing nice and telling yourself, I look good today. Looking at yourself in the mirror and letting yourself know that I like the way I look. I like that, you cook a nice meal. I like that meal that I cooked today. Those little things. And once you start practicing giving yourself that validation, that love, that support, it will become second nature to you. You will start to be comfortable with giving yourself that validation and that love and that support. But it takes time. And my next video, I'm going to talk about narcissistic fleas, on how, because of the exposure and the toxicity that we were exposed to by the narcissist, we start to pick up certain behaviors and certain traits that the narcissist has had, and we start to emulate those things. And it's because of the fact that we are so desperate to get our needs met, and we're so desperate to get that validation and get that love and that acceptance. We see that what worked for the narcissist may work for us, and we start acting and behaving in very destructive ways like the narcissist does. But the difference between us and the narcissist, we actually feel really crappy after the fact that we have manipulated someone else. We have gaslit someone else. We have did some of those things that the narcissist, that we've learned from the narcissist. So it's very important to realize that in this journey, we're going to hear a lot. We're going to feel conflicted. If you're a Christian, we're going to hear that how we should honor thy parents and honor thy mother and thy father and things like that. But at the same time, God does not want us to be in a relationship that's toxic. He certainly doesn't want us to be in a situation where we are worshiping someone else, and that's a parent, a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a cousin, a sibling, whoever. He does not want us to be put in a position where we are worshiping them and we are putting them up on a pedestal and we're making them number one, because that's what the narcissist wants. They want us to make them number one. And by us continuing to worshiping them and staying in close contact with them and not like having a safe distance from them, we are enabling their behavior. We're not showing the narcissist love by continuing to enable their behavior. We're not showing the narcissist love by worshiping them and, bowing down to them and making them, our God, or making them feel special in that way. That's not love. That's enabling destructive behavior. And when the narcissist is separating you from your friends, when the narcissist is verbally abusing you, physically abusing you, and you're choosing to stay because you're convincing yourself that by me staying, I'm showing them love, you're not showing that narcissist love by staying in a relationship with them. You're not showing that narcissist love by worshiping the ground that they walk on and telling them and showing them and telling them that they don't do anything wrong. That's not love. What love is setting boundaries and letting that narcissistic person know that I'm not willing to be I'm not going to tolerate you treating me this way. I'm not going to tolerate you marginalizing me. I'm not going to tolerate you. I'm not going to tolerate you doing drugs in front of my children. I'm not going to tolerate you doing drugs in my house. I'm not going to tolerate you cursing me out. I'm not going to tolerate you calling me out of my name. I'm not going to tolerate you isolating me or controlling me with the people that I have contact with, or don't, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior. That there is showing love to the narcissist. You setting those boundaries, you letting that narcissist know that this is what I'm not going to worship you. I'm not going to have you. I'm not going to bow down to you or let you have your way. um, that's not showing love. That's not showing love to you. That's allowing that's me allowing you to self-destruct and me participating in your self-destruction. And a lot of my viewers have emailed me and told me that they have had to go no contact with their narcissist, and they felt at first when they did it, they felt bad, and a lot of them broke their no contact. I've been one of those people where I have gone no contact with narcissists, and I have broke that no contact because of guilt, fear, obligation, and guilt. And that's how they get you. They get you by that fear of, oh, I'm a horrible person if I decide to set boundaries. I'm a horrible person if I decide to go no contact, whether it's with your parents, whether it's with your spouse or your siblings or whoever. But that's, in a nutshell, that's what the narcissist wants. They want you to kiss their feet. They want you to bow down to them. And I'm telling you guys, that is not showing that narcissist love. That is not normal behavior, or what is normal in relationships. What's normal in relationships is you having an equal exchange with one another. I don't worship you. You don't worship me. I don't control you. You don't try to control me. We have a healthy mutual love and respect for one another. And I respect and support you for who you are. You respect and support me for who I am. I don't try to change you. You don't try to change me. I don't need you to validate me. You don't, or vice versa. I don't need to validate you. So that is what a normal, healthy relationship is. If you find yourself in a situation where that narcissist is isolating you from friends, isolating you from family members, demanding that you only devote all of your time and your energy to them, and if so, for example, you decide you want to see your sister, or you want to see your best friend who you haven't seen in a year or two or a few months or whatever, and you let that narcissist know that, oh, I'm going to go see my sister Sally, or I'm going to go see my boy Greg for the afternoon or whatever. And that narcissist gives you an attitude or throws you some shade because of the fact that you want to go see your sister, or you want to go see your best friend, and they're not invited, or they sit there and throw a freaking temper tantrum because you're not spending enough time with them, or you're not spending that afternoon with them after you spent countless of hours with them the day before, or the day before that, or the week before. That's a problem. That's a person that wants to control your time. That's a person that doesn't have respect for your time, respect for your friendships, respect for your boundaries. And see, a lot of codependents also think that it's cute or adorable at the fact that, oh, this narcissist is getting jealous of me wanting to hang out with my best friend or hang out with my sister and things like that. That's not cute. It's not adorable. It's not cool. It's possessive, it's controlling, it's manipulative, and it needs to stop. These people need to have boundaries. And the thing is, with narcissists, they don't like boundaries. So because of that, sometimes the best thing to do is to love your narcissist from a distance, is to be able to pray for them from a distance. You don't have contact. You might have to block your number. You might have to change your phone number. You might have to, cut all contact with your narcissist. But it's very important to learn to know that you don't have to worship anybody. You don't have to kiss their ass or tell them that, oh, you're the most wonderful person, or let them control your relationships or your life and convince yourself that you're showing them love by allowing this to happen. That's not love. That is not normal behavior, and it doesn't need to be tolerated. So this was a quick video on how the narcissist wants to be worshipped. Please stay tuned for more videos. My next video is going to be on narcissistic fleas. I will be back making new videos. I'm also thinking about updating my channel and making it a little bit more interesting. Please subscribe and like these videos. Tell your friends, tell people, like inform anybody that you suspect is going through narcissistic abuse or who is in a narcissistic situation, whether it's with their parents, whether it's with their spouses, whether it's with their friends or significant others. Please let them know that there are resources available. There's channels like mine, Chris Godinez's channel, the Light 7 channel, Narcissism Survivor. There's a lot of channels available to help to help folks that are in situations like this. And I'm hoping that we're doing the best that we can to educate you guys. And these videos even help me as I create them. So please stay tuned for more videos. My name is Kevin Murphy, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.